Hi, it's John Mayfield, the real estate tech guy for Global Real Estate School, and thanks for watching this YouTube video. I wanted to tell you, I spoke to one of the students recently who took the examination, and of course they didn't tell me word for word what they saw, but they did tell me they saw an amortization table and they had to calculate something in regards to the amortization table. And I think it kind of freaked him out because he saw this table. And don't let anything like that scare you. In fact, I cover amortization in the course. In fact, I'm going to do a video on that coming up maybe tomorrow, where we will do another amortization problem. But I've done many of these before. And a lot of times, and I asked them specifically what question, if they remembered, and they couldn't remember anything. And I asked again, I said, well, did they give you a closing date and they wanted you to calculate what the loan balance was on the loan at a specific time? And they wrote back and said, yes, that's what I had to do. Now, we cover that at Global Real Estate School. And I'll go through this for you verbally here. And again, I'm going to follow this up with the next video on actually showing you how to do that. So hit the subscribe button, okay? And that way you'll get notified when I go through that. But if you see a question and they want you to do amortization, here's the process that you go through. And this might even be good for you if you want to pause the video and write this down. You take the loan balance, whatever the loan balance is, and you multiply it times the interest rate. For example, if the problem said the loan balance was $100,000 on May 1st, and they had an interest rate of 7%, you would take $100,000 and multiply it times 7%. Now we convert the 7% to 0.07. You have to bring your decimal over 2 places to the left. And so since you're bringing it 2 places over, you're going to have to put a 0 in front of that 7, okay? So we're doing an amortization. We've got to figure out, well, if our monthly mortgage payment is X dollars, let's just say $1,000. That's your monthly mortgage and principal and interest payment. If it's $1,000, part of that's principal, part of that's interest, okay? So if we take the loan balance of $100,000 and we multiply it times 7%, which would be 0.07, we get $7,000. Now, what is $7,000? $7,000 is your annual interest. That's the interest for one full year, okay? So our monthly payment's how much? $1,000. Our total interest for the year is $7,000 based on that loan balance of $100,000 and the interest rate of 7%. So we need to take $7,000, which is yearly, and divide it by 12. Now, I don't have my calculator here in front of me, but 700 divided by 12 will give you the monthly interest. What was the principal and interest payment? $1,000. We now know the monthly interest. When we subtract the monthly interest from the $1,000 principal and interest payment, we get a principal amount. In other words, we know how much went to monthly interest. Let's subtract it from the house payment and find out of that specific month, based on a $100,000 loan amount, how much of our payment went to the principal. And it would probably be $200 or $300, somewhere in there. Again, I don't have my calculator in front of me. So now we know how much went to interest that month and how much went to principal. Now, it's not going to be that easy on the exam. They're going to want you to go 1 or 2 payments deep. Well, what do we do with that principal amount? We take it and we subtract it from the $100,000 and we get a new loan balance. See that? Now with the new loan balance, we multiply it times what? Good job. 0.07, the 7% interest. And that gives us a new yearly interest, which is going to be a little bit lower than $7,000 because our loan balance went down a little bit. And when we divide that new amount by 12, we get a new monthly interest, which goes down a little bit. And when we subtract that from the $1,000, we have an amount that went up a little bit, which is the principal, right? And so what's happening is, that's why it's amortized. Interest starts out high and goes down. Principal starts low and goes up. And over the course of time, you pay your loan off. So they're going to give you a question and say the loan balance as of April 1st was $100,000. You're closing on May the 20th. So you're going to have to amortize this down and come up with what the new loan balance is. And again, I show you how to do that in the course. I have videos right here on my YouTube channel. And if you subscribe, you'll get to see me work this problem on my iPad tomorrow. Okay? So don't forget, check us out at globalrealestateschool.com. If you're thinking about a career in real estate, subscribe to this channel. I'm here to help you pass the test. It doesn't matter what state you are in. I cover national content most of the time. For some of my states, I'm doing some state-specific information, but I'll always put that in the show notes for you. We're on Instagram. I just did an Instagram live TV video there. Check us out over there. It's Global Real Estate School, and I'm also by Real Estate Tech Guy. I'm on Facebook. I even have an Amazon skill. We do LinkedIn. You can follow us all over the place. And by the way, we have a great podcast, but you can't find it on iTunes if you type in Global Real Estate School, because iTunes is really different. I better be nicer there. I don't want them to throw me off there. If you search Global Real Estate School on iTunes, you won't find us. But if you go to Google and you type in Global Real Estate School Podcast, you'll find the iTunes podcast right there. Click on it, subscribe, give us 5 stars, and love for you to follow us there. So they're covering amortization on the exam. You need to know about that, and encourage you to study that and subscribe to this channel so you can watch me go over that tomorrow right here on our YouTube channel. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Have a great day. And again, I'd love for you to subscribe, tell your friends about it, and check out all of our tools and course study aids at globalrealestateschool.com.